Yeah, we are very fortunate, I would say, to have Ms. Quinones here tonight because she had to go to a dentist and she is still suffering some of the effects of that. So.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to be speaking a little slowly today because I just had sort of like a root canal, so it's still sort of numb. So I'm going to be speaking as slow as I can. I'm glad I was able to make it. Thank you very much for putting this together, and I'm glad to be here. So I'm going to start out by telling you also why I decided to run for the board in 2000. First, let me tell you, I've served on the board for 12 years. I am the current board president. I've been the board president in 2004, 2008, and now in 2012. When I first decided to run for the board, I was working in San Ysidro School District as a dropout prevention specialist. All our kids used to transfer into the Sweetwater District. And a very good friend of mine told me one day, she says, you know, every time that all our kids go into the Sweetwater District, they treat us like stepchildren. We don't belong there. And she says, we're faced with a lot of discrimination. So that brought back memories to me as a child. I grew up in Texas. And during those days when I was growing up in Texas, they had two different schools. They had a school where all the kids who spoke English went to, and the kids who spoke Spanish had to go to the camp school. It was an old army camp that was converted into a school, and they would miss out on a year. And it was really, during those times, you were very much discriminated against. So I started thinking about that. I started thinking about all the discriminations that I have faced when I was growing up in Texas, as the discrimination that I faced as a single parent when I moved over here, because I started raising my son when he was 3.5 years old. I lived a very abusive relationship, marriage, and I decided to raise my son by myself. During that time, I decided to go to school. In 1981, I moved over here and I went to Southwestern, transferred to San Diego State, got a bachelor's degree in 1986, and then went on and got my master's degree in 1989. And then I went to work for the city of San Diego. Decided that wasn't for me. I was doing reports and having the manager just stamp it, and so I went to work at San Ysidro. I thought it was just something I was going to do for a little while, but once I got there, I loved it. I knew that I was needed there, and I helped a lot of kids, and I love working with people and families and parents that need a lot of help. I know that it's important that some of them don't know what their rights are, and that's what I did. I worked with at-risk kids. I was a dropout prevention specialist. In 2000, I decided to run for the board. There had never been anybody, a classified, first of all. I was also the vice president for the classified union for 8 years. But I decided there would never been a Latino on that board, never. When you have 85% a Latino student population in that district, and the majority of them are young women, I believe that the top representation should always reflect the population that it serves. You have to understand them. You have to walk in their shoes in order to be able to understand them and be able to make decisions that are going to benefit them. So I decided to run for the board because there had never been a classified employee on that board. There had never been a Latina on that board. And I lived in National City and I've worked in San Ysidro, so I figured I was bringing the best of both worlds into the district. So I ran and I won. So since I have been on that board, and I'm going to focus on student issues, not just on all the negativity that's been going on. The district is doing really, really well. I have a lot of things that I'm very proud of. Like, for example, I used to have a colleague named Jaime Mercado who sat on the board with him, and him and I worked together. And we led the effort to build 3 schools, 3 free health clinics on site, because everybody knows that the majority of our students cannot afford and they do not have health coverage. So we implemented 3 schools, 1 in Palomar, 3 free health clinics on campus, 1 in Palomar, 1 in Southwest High, and we have 1 now in Granger. That was one of the things that I was very proud of. Another one is I started the first teenage pregnancy prevention task force in the district. I was chosen to be part of a HOPE, Leadership Institute, which is Hispanos Organized for Political Equality, and one of my assignments was teen pregnancy in the Latina population. I thought it was going to be nothing, so I came back. We had no information, no stats, no research. So I started the first teenage pregnancy prevention task force in the district that won a Golden Bell Award by the California School Board Association at the state level. I also was chosen to be part of the Health Leadership Group for NALEO, which I served on, which is National Appointed Latino Elected Officials. I was the very first board member ever to be chosen to serve on that board. I brought back that group. Since then, we have had wellness, healthy eating. We no longer fry, we grill. We have all sorts of, we got rid of sodas, we got rid of junk food, we don't micro, we minimize. Another thing that I'm very proud of is the fact, you talk about being involved with parents. I started the first recognition program that recognizes parents every year for their volunteer work, because everybody knows here that you cannot pay somebody for volunteering. Also, I just want to say that my latest educational reform, educational initiative is making sure that we have career pathways at all of our Sky schools. The No Child Left Behind says that our children should not only be college ready, which they are because of our Compact for Success, which we had a 120% increase this year for San Diego State through our Compact for Success. That prepares all our students, whether they want to go to San Diego State or any university of their choice. They get a guaranteed admission, and if they qualify, they get the tuition also. So I've been working on this program since 2004, and it's called High School Redesign. And what it does is we have career pathways at each site. For example, we have a medical program right now at San Ysidro High, who was recognized by a very innovative award, I forget what it's called, but we got a $10,000 grant for there, and it's been recognized throughout the United States. We have 5 areas that we're focusing on. Construction. Everybody knows that the trades are being forgotten now. Has anybody called a plumber lately? You know how expensive that is? So we have, Castle Park has construction. They're focusing on construction, all areas of construction. So if a child, let me put it to you this way, if a child wants to be a plumber, he will not only learn the skills in the afternoon, but he will have his A through G requirements that when he graduates from high school, he will have a high school diploma plus a skill that guarantees better earning power. So when our kids graduate from high school, not only will they be college ready, but they will be career ready. We have a career pathway at every single high school and middle school. That is one of my big, and I am very proud that we implemented it and we launched that this year. We did that at our high school summit, and we are moving forward. I want to see that come to full fruition with that. Another thing, when you talk about the board, I just feel like you're only one board member. You can say you're going to do, you can say you're going to do this, but there's a majority on the board that rules. And I think it's important that people say, when they say corruption, when they say this is how the board votes, I think it's important to look at people's voting records and see how they have voted. I have never, since 2000, voted, up until now, to ever lay off a single teacher, a single employee, period. In fact, this is the first year we ever laid anybody off. We never have. And I made sure that since I became board president in 2004, I said we will never lay off a single employee. When it comes to teachers, I totally support teachers. I support making sure that they get the resources that they need to be qualified, to provide quality instruction in the classroom. I've walked with the teachers when they were going to do a strike a couple of years ago. I will stand by the teachers. I am very proud to be endorsed by the Classified. And I was the first one ever endorsed by the Classified in 2004, and I continue to be endorsed by them, and I'm very proud to be endorsed by them. I'm very proud to be endorsed by Bob Fellner. I'm very proud to be endorsed by Ron Morrison, Mr. James Greer, Ms. Barbara Avalos from National City, and other board members throughout the district. I am very proud to be endorsed. So I want to continue. I have nothing to fear, and in this country I believe that you are innocent until proven otherwise, and that will be proven, and people can point fingers. But that's why I decided to come today, even though I'm in so much pain, but I decided to come today because I think it's important that people know that in this country, thank God for America, you are innocent until proven guilty, and that shall come also. But I am here today to let you know that I decided to run for the board, because I believe that I've done a really outstanding job as one board member, not the board. We are all individual board members. And always, like they say, your voice is your vote is your voice. look at my voting record. I've done a phenomenal job. I stand by the teachers, I stand by the workers, I stand by management, and also I did not vote for the lucrative contract that our superintendent received the other night. But it was majority, and that's the way it is. So thank you very much, and I hope I have your support, and I brought some information, so thank you very much.